The goal of this video is to completely surround the enemy base with a base of our own so that no one can escape. I hopped into this first game with two college friends, Sam and BIXBY. First thing we do in a match is to task our allies to get resources like stone and wood. I generally stick around the base and start mounting defenses to protect our tower. The next step is to get upgrades to be more powerful than your opponent. But to place upgrade towers, you need prismarine. My teammates are doing that right now, so I'm able to place these upgrade towers. These things allow us to do things like create and command more troops, get certain resources, and much more. This whole game I was trying to construct the perfect base with a straight up wall of archer towers and a wall around that wall. An enemy player named Matsup Prime built up a mini base on the mountain next to us and then started airstriking us with his redstone cannon.
I'm building an archer tower in front of it, so if it tries to shoot, it'll just shoot the archer tower.
Sadly, the towers didn't build fast enough and Matsup was able to finish off our base very early in the game.
I got on top of it the moment it shot.
That was bad.
After that loss, we went right into the next game. I set up the base again and built some improvement towers. And by some, I mean a lot. As I was building up the base, two guys from the enemy team rushed in with their troops.
Maybe need backup.
Luckily, the opponents left for some reason, and I was able to kill off their troops before they took our tower. Over the course of the game, I built up the defenses so the aggressive opponents would fail every attack. Soon, I decided there's not even a need to defend the base anymore and went to help my teammates with crippling the opponent's base. Disclaimer, all the incoming jokes about bullying kids are just jokes. With that out of the way, let's go bully some children. I amassed an army of stone golems and mossy golems. I barged right through their gates with my forces and had my golems take out a group of their archer towers. While they did their thing, I went around spamming archer towers to start the perimeter. I even got to airstrike the enemy walls with a redstone cannon. We had a group of skeletons whittling down their main tower, which is a problem if we want to complete the challenge, so I pulled them out of the way.
Wait, there's only two of them. We bullied them so bad they went AFK because they went AFK before.
As our troops continued hammering away at their defenses, we spammed as many archer towers as we could.
The funny thing is they can't get resources, so like, they can't even rebuild.
Yes, this is me being an epic narrator, as you can see me trying to block off any route for the enemy's escape. Any gap between archer towers is sealed with walls. However, the issue in this match is that the enemy base is right next to an ocean, and we can't place anything within a certain distance of their tower, meaning we can't fully encapsulate their base and complete the challenge this match. The next game, I stuck around base to build up the defenses and place upgrade towers. Honestly, that's what I did for the majority of the game, and the base got to be pretty stacked.
We're maxed out on prismarine.
What are you talking about?
Our base was good enough to stand on its own, so I went on the offensive with a massive army.
This is ridiculous.
My troops were absolutely tearing through their defenses since we like to cripple their base before we surround them to make it easier. But at a point, I panicked as a random fourth teammate was trying to grab my troops to finish off their tower. With that crisis averted, I continued walking around the base as my massive troops did some work. I kept doing my thing, and then the extra teammate messaged me through Xbox and told me to
end the game, bruh. Y'all stopping your teammate from ending it? Yes. You don't want to download the game and come across us. Yeah. Well, that's a reasonable fear.
Eventually, teammate got fed up and started team griefing us by going around and deleting all of our upgrade towers.
Grab that first.
Someone's like destroying improvements or something.
He's stripping our base.
He's team griefing. What is he doing?
I was half paying attention to the game while dismantling all their structures, so the opponent's tower health was gradually going down thanks to my skeleton archers. Funny thing is that because of our jokes about bullying, I think some viewers reported my stream on TikTok.
I got a warning on TikTok saying, sensitive content warning, this game is not suitable for younger audiences. You may consider tagging this live as age protected. What?
Wait, what?
Because my skeletons were being an issue, BIXBY came to grab all of them so I wouldn't accidentally win the game. But when he came over, he brought all of his skeletons too, and they just finished off the enemy tower.
I think their base says 0% now.
Oh, bruh.
2 days later, just me and Sam hopped right into another game. I realized my time wasn't well spent at the base, so I was aggressive and farmed prismarine from piglin buildings with Sam. Then I would get upgrade towers, get more prismarine, and repeat until we were far stronger than the enemy team. But then Sam decided to just finish off the enemy tower.
Don't finish it off if possible. Whatever.
I just didn't play that because we had no stone crap teammates.
Yeah, bro, that's why we gotta get 4 people to do this.
Sam left to go eat, but I was on a mission. So I played on my own next match. I was asking viewers to join my party and then was inviting random people who joined the game with no luck. I did the same strategy as the last game of setting up very little defense and then farming Prismarine, but I didn't lose hope that someone would join the party.
Let me try to invite 2 of the other people.
For some reason, some dude I'll call Jet accepted the invite, but I had to convince him to join the dark side for my plan to work.
Are you down to destroy almost everything the opponent has and then just make a base around them so they can't leave?
Yeah.
As you saw, my amazing charisma and charm was enough to convince him to go along with my plan. We did have some disagreements about if lapis flags are useful or not.
We're gonna need a lapis flag once we get the priz.
Why do we need lapis flag?
Lapis for troops.
I explained that I never run out of lapis in game because we always replenish it from taking down piglins.
How long have you been playing this, my guy?
As long as the game's been out.
Interesting.
Everyone I play with agrees. Never get lapis flag.
You guys probably like fight with combos and flank stuff.
No, we're pros. We compete at world championships for this game.
Oh, nice. Nice. If that was a thing, that would be cool. I think 2 lapis flags is currently meta.
I guess it depends on how aggressive your playstyle is.
Nah, it just depends on if you build flanks and combos to win the game or not.
Best friends right off the bat. Later in the game, we lost a lot of progress because the other team brought in a horde of stone golems, but they didn't do a ton of damage, so we got right back into the fight. I did a lot more farming as teammates worked on upgrading the base, but then I decided it was time to grab an army.
Yeah, you got a couple archer towers. That's decent.
Everything was ready, so I started spamming archer towers. I was still placing archer towers when I saw both extra teammates go into the enemy base with troops.
Looks like, are those our teammates just going in? I hope they're not going to take out the main thing. We could, yeah, recall them, but... Or yeah, you just take them.
My boy Jet managed to grab the troops and save the day. However, later in the game, things went wrong.
Just built a
Rock, paper, scissors. Uh-oh.
Oh.
Who put that? Is that you?
Spoiler alert, it wasn't me.
No!
What? Bro. That's tough.
Next game, I farmed resources, we built a strong base, and set up a wall of archer towers as usual. However, things took a wrong turn again.
Alright.
Next game, I tried recruiting more random players with no success. We progress in the same way as usual, and I get a powerful force of 6 First of Stones. Look at him go.
Easy.
However, the 29 minutes 7 seconds we invested into that game was a waste of time because the service crashed and disconnected us.
You're back, I said from service?
Bro, what?
This next match, we knew we had it. We could feel it. We even got Mad Soup on his team. This was the game to finally beat the challenge. Just kidding. A week later, I convinced Sam to help me try the challenge yet again. We got overpowered with upgrades, our base, and troops as usual.
All that effort, and then teammate just finishes off the game.
That's why I need a full squad.
20 days later, I was at home from college, so I finally had time to reattempt the challenge. This time with Sam, BIXBY, and even my girlfriend Olivia, so we had a full team of 4. I got her a PC partly so she could help us finish this challenge, but of course I had to bully her too.
Here?
As long as it's close to everything, so it can cover everything.
I just want to make sure that no one's gonna hate on me for it.
No, we still will. Sam was at the enemy base, so I asked him the $1,000,000 question. Can we fully surround their base this match?
Yeah.
Awesome. We got a ton of upgrades, so we decided it was time to start surrounding the enemy. Just like the other games, we spammed archer towers, but here we were much more thorough in keeping them together, except for a few spots.
No, I messed this up.
I even threw in a gate so we could easily enter and exit their base when we needed to. And I also threw in buildings that make the surrounding archer towers much more powerful. We just kept spamming towers, because of course that's the whole point of this video. I placed 3 redstone launchers so we can repeatedly airstrike them if need be. Then finally I used one of them to take out their outer walls. Later I sent volleys from all 3 to continue whittling down their outer walls for a potentially good thumbnail. Here's a bit of a montage of spamming archer towers. Eventually we placed the majority of them, so naturally I placed another redstone cannon to airstrike them from another angle. This gave a fantastic view of the base so you can see how much we surrounded them so far. Where it got tricky is this one corner because there was some sort of river thing and you can't place towers or walls on water. So we had to put towers and walls all the way around the water.
No, they're building a bridge to the river.
No, they're one escape.
No.
I ended up using walls to surround the last bit of the river. Remember when I mentioned that the piglins get stronger and stronger over the course of the match? Let's just say that they burst a hole in our wall of archer towers. So I used the redstone launchers and rained fire on the giant piglins. I tried using my sword to game end the giant piglin, but it turns out our swords literally don't deal damage to it. I went back to base and recalled all the troops. Then I charged back to the enemy base and fixed the gaps. The map had very little stone left, so I filled some of the gap with walls. I went into their base and found that we had finally completed the challenge. Subscribe for more garbage.